Hey, welcome back everyone, JayborinoPlays here, continuing my playthrough of Fall from Grace, a custom campaign for Starcraft 1. This is Mission 2, Charred Shuttle.
By now, you have heard the news. Asadar has defeated the Overmind. Though the broods still lay waste to our planet, it is of little consequence. They will be dealt with in time. Ron, we are sending you on a mission to Charred. We need to know the situation there, so we are gathering reconnaissance for an assault.
Forgive me, Adjudicator, if this sounds a little forward, but I do believe our resources would be best spent by dealing with the Zerg from Ire. Only when we cleanse the Zerg from Ire can we spend our time ridding the Zerg from other planets.
Kane, what is your assessment of the situation? Ron speaks the truth, Adjudicator. We cannot hope to balance out the situation on Ire by seeking trouble on other planets, especially the vastly infested world of Charred. No, I think our salvation lies in the Dark Templar. We should seek... No, this debate ends now. The Dark Templar are not to be trusted. They may have helped to defeat the Overmind, but their ways are not ours. Wrong. The Conclave agrees that in order to defeat the Zerg, we must gather information on the situation. Go to Charred immediately.
Very well, Adjudicator. I will take Tane and 7576 with me. We will leave immediately, as you requested.
Do not presume to make decisions, young one. Tane and 7576 will remain to protect the citadel of the Executor. Adjudicator, I must insist on remaining with Ron. His training is nearly complete. In fact, the journey to Charred will more than provide me with enough time to instruct the young Templar in the final lessons required. Ron knows enough to handle himself, Tane, and you are required to protect the citadel of the Executor. Adjudicator, please. I can finish his training, and he can go to Charred as a full Templar warrior. And with my help, the mission will succeed. If it is the Conclave's will that he is to go to Charred, then I think they will be pleased that a warrior goes with him to ensure that Ron completes his mission. You are correct, Tane, but we require you at the Citadel. I shall send a warrior of the Conclave, one of our most powerful archons, to accompany Ron. This should calm your fears. Very well, Adjudicator. I am an old man. I have not the time to argue anymore. Ron, you and this Archon warrior of Cyrodiils will go to Charred. Worry not, my friend. I shall stay behind to defend Ire from not only the Zerg, but from itself as well. Adjudicator, what I say now, I say as a Protoss, and not as a Templar master. The Conclave has lost the way of the Kala. Adun would be ashamed if he saw his legacy on this day. Furthermore, it saddens me that you will not allow me to finish this young Templar's training. Be mindful, or you will need more than a Dragoon suit to sustain what is left of your former self, Tane.
Got him.
Baron Drek would like to speak with you, Ron. Tane, 7576. I will expect to see you both at the Citadel of the Executor within the hour. That is all. Ever since the Conclave has agreed to allow the Dark Templar to help, their judgments have been wavering. Nevertheless, we must accomplish what they ask of us. Our honor demands it. I will finish your training when you return to Ire. Good luck, Ron. Kane out.
I will see you when I return to Ire, 7576. Good luck to you, friend.
Greetings, young Templar. I am to inform you that I am Baron Drek. Let me tell you this right now. I do not tolerate any lack of respect. Whatever objections you may have to my methods, I highly suggest you leave them on Ire.
You do not need to remind me of my place. I am a loyal servant of the Conclave, and I will always follow my instructions. Before we leave Ire, though, I must insist that we speak. How fare you?
I am impressed, young one. Most Templar in your age who have mastered the Psionic Storm usually have a superiority complex, thinking that because they know our most powerful spell, that they are suddenly masters of the universe. I must say, you handled my little attitude test quite well. I have a feeling we are going to get along just fine.
Indeed, I know of such Templar. Master Tane has quite a few interesting stories. But you did not answer my question. How fare you?
If you must know, I am quite well. Thank you for asking. Now then, young one. We have a mission to complete, and I am quite ready to be done with it. I heard Cyrillon and Tane's conversation. Tane is correct. The Conclave's judgment has lacked a certain wisdom in recent days. This mission does not agree with me either, but we will accomplish it as instructed all the same.
Ron and Merlim Aldrich must survive. Gather information about the situation on Charred by flying in the lower atmosphere with a shuttle. That was very long, so I suppose strap in. This seems to be very story-oriented, very world-building oriented, and in StarCraft 1 that means a lot of dialogue. The music is very upbeat, so I already have a feeling that this is going to be wacky.
Just wasting our time here.
It is the Conclave's will, and not ours, to...
What's wrong with the shuttle?
It appears that the systems have overloaded due to the heat. We are in for a bumpy ride.
Okay. This is very goofy. The first mission had a more serious tone to it. And then this is just suddenly really, really goofy. This Merlim Aldrich Archon seems like really laid back and kind of silly. Like he was like, I don't tolerate lack of respect, but I think it was more that he was just testing us. He just seems kind of goofy.
If I may ask, Merlim Aldrich, what do you plan to do now?
It was through no fault of mine that the shuttle crashed. If anything, you should be thanking me that I managed to get us out before we crashed.
You should have kept an eye on the systems of the shuttle to make sure they were doing well.
Me? It is you, young Templar, who should be keeping a watchful eye on the systems of our shuttle.
Really? Me? That is interesting. More interesting is the fact that you are complete idiots. And don't get me started on the Conclave. Go here, go there. I think this organization can go straight down there. And if you have any complaints, hold it, hold it. You hear something?
Oh dear, and here come the Terran. Oh dear, okay, well, copyright central right here. If my voice gets weird.
Hey, what you fellas doing down there on that there ridge? You boys need a lift? We saw your shuttle go down. Thought you might need some help.
Indeed, we would appreciate any assistance, Terran.
Well, who need? Hop on board then. We got room in my cruiser here.
How ideal. Alright, so we're getting picked up. I don't know who these folks are. I'm going to do my best to talk during this section with this music because, frankly, it's super, super copyright related. We don't know who these Terran are. I also have a suspicion that this campaign, I'll double check after this mission, but I suspect that this campaign was made between the original StarCraft and Brood War, similar to the first campaign of the Eniac Chronicles. So this whole idea of, like, fighting back with Ire and stuff, back on Ire, was before the idea was there that we were fleeing to Shakuras. This is really cool how we're flying over battles with the Zerg. It seems like these Terran are handily taking care of all the Zerg. So that was a pretty cool, very cinematic. This map seems very cinematic considering I haven't had control over anything yet. Maybe there's a possibility that we're going to be taking control over the Terran base here. 3 refineries, huh? That's kind of wacky. Maybe we won't be. Maybe you could fit a command center right in there and that would be ideal. This is pretty neat though. I'm not really sure what the end game is here. But again, it's very different tone change from the first mission, and based off of Fallen Angel of Legacy the Confed, things were quite different with the tone there too, so I'm expecting more of a tone of Fallen Angel as compared to this.
Nice to meet you, fellas. I'm Joe Klein. This here is my company. We're We're former miners, the Conclaves.
Interesting. I thought the Confederation was destroyed.
For the most part, it's gone. There are still a few of us, like our little mining group here, that keep on going, though. Say, what are you fellas doing in this hellhole?
We were sent here to gather information on the Zerd. I'm surprised to see that any Terrans could make it out here on Charred.
Oh heck, we've been making it off luck, really. This area is so full of volcanic activity that it makes the ground too unstable for their green goo. So the Zerd can never really get a hive going here, no matter how hard they try. Any hives we see, we take care of them right off.
I see, though, that you have established a base here.
Yeah, this is the only place suitable for miles. We do our best to keep it Zerd free, and it's actually quite a treasure, which is why we stick around. Them mineral things be popping up left and right after each volcano. We got so many we don't know what to do with them. Our miners can't keep up with the demand to mine, really. We estimate that if things keep up the way they do, this place will be spitting out the minerals till we die, or we lose the base, whichever happens to come first.
Quite extraordinary. Anybody would surely love to get their hands on this base. But since the Zerd cannot establish a base here, I guess you have everything well in hand.
Yeah, you'd like to think so, but the Terran Dominion found out about this place, and that greedy organization wants to get their hands on this deposit. A former Confederation general who works for the Dominion now landed his troops here, and he's smart, that's for sure. Goes by the name of Duke.
I wish we could assist you in your mission, Terran, but we have our own problems. These are perilous times for Ire, and we must return there as soon as possible.
We lost our communications 2 weeks ago. Damn Dominion forces got a lucky shot off with their Yamato cannon. I reckon we can have communications restored in another week or so if you boys would like to stick around.
A week? We do not have that kind of time. Every second we are away from Ire just means that we are not around to assist in its defense.
Well, there is one other way. Seeing as how you're stuck down here, my forces are about to raid the Dominion forces to the south. Right now, they only have a command center set up, but it's possible they also have a communications relay there as well.
If there is a possibility that we could return to Ire soon, then we must take it.
Hooty! Well then, looks like you just volunteered to be our diversion.
Okay. Are we going to be battling the Dominion?
Dominion people, get out here and fight!
This is General Edmund Duke of the Terran Dominion Armada. You are in violation of our airspace and have endangered human lives. I order you to withdraw your ships immediately. If you fail to comply, I will not hesitate to open fire upon your vessels.
Under Confederate Regulation 20-420, you are in violation of our airspace. I suggest you withdraw immediately, General.
I don't care what you have to say about Confederate regulations. You damn fringe world yokels are all alike.
Oh, poor General Duke. Too scared to come over to our side and open fire.
I don't need to take that from you, boy.
Hey, Duke, you can kiss my fringe world yokel ass.
I'm gonna have to assume that was a hostile response.
All units, open fire.
This is so goofy and different, and I like it a lot. It's 11v11 right now, except I think the NORAD 3 is a little better off than Joe Klein. Never mind, it seems like this is scripted, because everything is invulnerable. It takes a certain amount of damage and then goes back to full health.
Head southeast. We'll keep these guys distracted as long as possible. Destroy their command center, and they'll be forced to skeet out.
Understood, Terran.
Okay, now we have control of something. Find and destroy the command center to the southeast. Alright, so this battle is happening while we're on our way to the southeast. I assume we have to go this way. So we've got Merlin Eldrick, who is the model of the Tassadar Zeratul Archon. It was unused in the editor, but it's very, very good. 800 shield, 120 damage. It's crazy. So we can one-shot near every low-level unit. So let's get down here. Watch this. Yeah, so just like instant death right there. We have a random Goliath, very similar to how we started with a random Zealot in the previous mission. Just sort of random on why we have these units. All right, let's keep going southeast because this is where they said to go. 2 Goliaths. Sure. We've got. Oh, why are they attacking my Goliath? They're not attacking the giant Archon right in their face. All right, no problem. It's all right. Yeah, they really like to turn and hit that Goliath for some reason. I don't know why. Some sort of weird aggression parameter that's different. Okay, there's a tank up there. Let's see if we can just get close and storm it. Let's see if we can get close and storm it. Back away. That probably won't be enough, but it's going to be close. You know what? Let's just run by it.
We can't hold up much longer. Our front lines are going to pieces like a chicken in a blender. Hurry up and destroy that command center.
Okay, we're almost there. Let's see if we can hit this from the low ground, actually. Can we? Not quite. There we go. Okay, it's dead. Let's continue. I see some fire bats. And there's the command center. Very straightforward right here. So let's destroy the command center. Is this battle still happening? It is. Joe Klein isn't actually vulnerable, so I think that was just to add some haste to this section. But the command center is going down, which hopefully will allow us to find a command relay and save Joe Klein. And there we go.
They're leaving. You did it. Great job. I'll send a cruiser to inspect the wreckage for the communicator. Meantime, why don't you guys meet back at my base? You fellas are in luck. We found a communicator among the wreckage, and it works.
Thank you, Terran. We will contact our people immediately.
Huh. Okay. Next section.
Thank you for your hospitality, Terran.
Oh heck, it wasn't nothing. We owe you a big favor for helping us out. So if you ever need anything, you just come see old Joe Klein.
I will do that. Thank you.
Oh. And that's just it, huh? I mean, that's okay. I mean, it was cinematic. It set up Joe Klein, and I assume that the other missions as we move forward will have a little more playable content, but still, I'm still enjoying this, oddly enough. You know, there's been other campaigns in StarCraft 2 as well that have a heavy reliance on story, and some people say the cutscenes are too long, blah, 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 blah. But if you make the story interesting, and I'm pretty intrigued so far, this is pretty neat. For StarCraft 1, it's very, very well done. I'm intrigued enough to continue playing. I'm not going to just stop playing. First of all, I've already started the series, so of course not. But if I didn't like it, I would be a little more outspoken about it. And I am... You know, given the fact that there was very little playable content this mission, I'm still very pleased so far with how neat this campaign is, so I am intrigued to continue. Also, Mission 1 was on the more difficult side. It wasn't horribly hard, but it was pretty challenging. I had some trouble with it, so that goes to show that this map maker does know what he's doing. And I'm excited to continue. And I did say Fallen Angel earlier with Legacy of the Confetti. It's not Fallen Angel, it's the second part of the second campaign. So it was like missions 18 to 21, I think, were the mission numbers. Something like that. It was the final mission of Dawn of Darkness. Is that what it was called? The second campaign? I think it was Dawn of Darkness, something like that. But that campaign, those last few missions, the Oracle emailed me and he's like, this is taken heavily from these other campaigns, and that's why they're so different. Just want to warn you in advance because it's going to be very jarringly different, and it was, but you know, knowing in advance. And now we get to play that source material as well and kind of see what he was talking about. So that's pretty cool, and I'm excited to continue this campaign. Also, what I was saying earlier before I got cut off when Joe Klein showed up is if my voice got weird at the beginning of the video, it's because there was a copyright hit, and I tried to use the YouTube audio blurring to remove it. At the same time, sometimes there's copyright hits where I don't even have to, where the video doesn't get taken down, but occasionally it'll be like, your video isn't viewable in Germany or Peru, so then I'll use the audio blurring. And that's the only time I'll try to circumvent it, is if it's not viewable in a certain region. Otherwise, I don't care if I lose pennies on the dollar advertising money for one video, as long as everyone can watch it. Anyway, enough of that explanation, and I will see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye now.